Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne, and before we just get cracking on this issue, I'd just like to give you some advice on how to view the Build the Delorean videos. You've got three options. You could either do the chronological order, which means watching the playlist. You can watch it from the first issue and just watch it all the way through and it'll keep playing all the videos. The second option you can watch is ad hoc, so when a new video pops up you can watch that. If you're after issue 36 or something, you could do a search for that and just watch it like that. The third way you can watch it is in the order that Eagle Moss disappoints me. I present to you issue 58, the Flux Capacitor. I promise that's all I'm going to say. I won't say anything else. Let's get cracking on it. Let's just show you what we're going to be doing. We're going to be, I'll put this, I've laid all the bits out already for this, but I put that over the top. We're going to be putting a bit of plastic in a box, because I refuse to call that thing whatever it says it's going to be called, with some pipes on it, and we're going to be putting it on the back and putting a light in it. So there we go, that's going to be that issue. We're going to have some fun piecing this together. I will give you some advice at the end of this video about what you can do. There's plenty of people out there who are doing different mods and stuff like that, and there are other companies out there as well where you can get a flux capacitor from. That's kind of like what I'm showing you it kind of looks like. Anyway, let's get cracking on this because it's going to drive you nuts. Okay, so step one, we're basically going to be getting this box and this Y-shaped bit of plastic. It's got some little screw holes in it. They're going to be fitting in that way because we're going to be putting screws in through the other side here. The screws they want me to put this in is with AP screws, and they're going straight through the back of the unit here. Make sure you've got this lined up, and then you can put your first screw in. I'm not tightening them all up. I'm just going to put enough in there to keep them in, because what I don't want to do is provide too much pressure on that bit of plastic there and break this Y-shaped bit of plastic inside. This is going to be the fins of the, I'm going to call this a light box, I think, because whatever it is, it ain't a flux capacitor. But there we go. This puts the fins in the little light box we got here. Just tightening them up really tight. Excellent. So that now looks just like that. That was stages 1 and 2. Step 3 is we're going to be putting the front on now. The front is directional, so you don't want to go putting this right in upside down. You want it to be the right way round, and that's going to be going in just like that. So fits over the top. You've got those two little slots on the top there, but we're going to be screwing this in. 2 screws. These are AP screws to the frame underneath. This is step 3. So we put those in there. That's 1 and 2. Wow, look, this light box hasn't got, you know, if it was supposed to look like a flux capacitor, there's no little terminals coming off of it. Wow, where are the terminals? Oh well. Step 4, push the case in position on the upper bulkhead. So we're going to be bringing back this upper bulkhead here. Looking like that just on top, and this is going to be fitting in just like that, sitting in just perfectly like that. Okay, so step 5, just so we know the difference between these two pipes here. 58D is the one that's got the 90-degree angle. 58G is the one that's more curved. So the one we're going to be wanting to do first is the one with the 90-degree angle, which is this one here. The way this goes in is with the black section facing down, so it's going to be on the 90-degree downward slope, and this is basically going to be fitting in to the unit just like that. It fits perfectly in there actually. I haven't glued this in. It just says push it into the top of the bulkhead and then into the connecting case. I haven't glued it because it's sitting there lovely, but I'm guessing that will try and pop out eventually later on. So, but we're going to keep it like that for now. Step 6, we're going to be using the other pipe now. And this is going to be going into the back section as well. This is going to be going into this far point here. So let's put that in as well. Now this pipe, just looking at it, can only go in one way. If you try to force it one way and it don't fit, then turn it round like I just did then and get the other side in. Because this is going into the back. It's quite a tight fit actually. I'm still not happy that's not going in. Ah, it's going in now. So it comes out the back. So then we've got 2 pipes in there now. That's steps 5 and 6 done. Step 7, we're going to now be securing this with BP screws. Now I've already got the BP screws out here. This is going to hold the light box thing onto the back of this bulkhead. That's secured in, oh, come on, load the screw up, into these two holes here. So we put the first one in. Lovely, that's the first one in. And then that's going to stay in its own place now. I'm going to put the second one in there. And that's going in perfect as well. That was step 7. So now we've got it looking like, let me show you on the top camera, just like that. Okay, so we're on step 8 now. We're going to be putting fixed pipe 58E in place in the bulkhead and piston shown by aligning the posts and the holes. 58E is this silver one here with a little sort of like key shaped. Can you see on that side? And it's going to be going just in the centre like that. It's going to be sitting sort of like that. But they're going to want this secured in. And you know the problem I have with these, putting these in. So I'm going to need 2 hands for this. And what we'll do, we'll get this thing started. And then I'll try and get it lined up so that it's not moving too far. Which means holding it, like I did the last issue. And then screwing it in. Nice and tight. I'm going to check it straight. And it's perfectly straight as well. So there we go. That was step 8 done. And step 9 is just the screwing in of that detail there. Step 10, we've got the pipe that's going to go next to it. Into the little hole, exactly the same thing. This is just going to be going into, it's got a slot on one side, so we're going to put it in there. I'm probably going to need, I'm thinking I'm going to need, yeah, I'm probably going to need some tweezers for this. Things are getting a little bit too tight there now. So what we'll do is I'll hold this in some tweezers, just like that. And we'll get that in just like that. Perfect. Now we all know that's going to fall out. But at least I can try and hold it in because it's going to be secured in with an AP screw again. This is step 11. Once again, though, if I can get this screw to catch just at the back here, then I might be able to keep it in one piece. That screw weren't going in there, but I'm going to try again. It's going in now. Right. Going to hold this with the tweezers on this side. So you're probably better to see this on the top camera because I don't want it to turn, and then I'm going to tighten this screw up, which has worked perfect, but I'm not happy with how that's looking. This is fiddly, I don't mind saying it. When it's actually in the hole, now that's better. There we go. And it looks just like that. That's all nice and tight. I'll show you on this camera. So we've got the 2 pipes at the top in now. That was steps 10 and 11. Step 12, we've got the gold pipe now, which is going along the side bit here. Again, exactly like we've just been doing. It's going to be sitting in just like that. And it's going to be held in with another AP screw. So I'll load up my screwdriver now so we can get this last piece in. Doing these bits, I have to say, are probably the fiddliest things I think I've ever known in a build, because you have to sort of hold it on one side to get the screw lined up, and the screw, if you don't put it in properly, it will warp and it will go all over the place. But that one has just gone in absolutely perfect. As a matter of fact, that doesn't need tightening up. And there we go. That was steps 12 and 13 done. Step 14, we've got a light here. This light, we're going to be poking through the hole just in there. Like that, not too far, just enough to keep it in there, because you don't want to break the wires on the light. But we are going to be folding these leads, or the wire, just between these 2 points here, because those 2 points there, we're going to actually put a little bit of one of these I don't know what they call, little wire tidy tabs, I suppose, in there to keep that wire in place, and we're going to secure that in with an AP screw. So let's get this loaded and put an AP screw in there. Again, I always have problems with these because they never want to go in. But let's see if we can get it in this time. It's looking good. Looking good. It's biting. And it's in. Yay! So we've got the light in. We've got the wire going through. Oh, look, it's popped out that hole there. And basically, just having a look at it, it looks just like that. That is issue 58 done. And we have completed the light box thing that kind of looks like a flux capacitor. If you want to get yourself hold of a proper flux capacitor that could fit this model, a 110 version is available through Mad Geeks. Do a Google on Mad Geeks Flux Capacitor and you can get that. It's going to be it's just not going to be the right scale for this vehicle, to be honest with you. But if you search around the Facebook groups for Delorean, there's loads of people making mods for this to actually make a proper flux capacitor. I think what annoys me most of this issue is when you get issue 57 and you open it up, the first thing it says to you about your car parts is, with this issue, you receive one of the most important components of your DeLorean time machine, the flux capacitor. The most important component of your time machine. And that's what we're given. I don't know what to say. I mean, the detail that you saw at the front of the vehicle, it's like, if you want to display it, you should, at the moment, if you go with the build, you're going to be displaying it from the back, looking to the front of the vehicle. You won't be looking at the front going to the back, because you don't want to see that back wall. And that's just the 2 items there. It's not just the flux capacitor, it's the Christmas tree as well, because that's just going to be lit with lights as well. So I am disappointed, and I'm not one to say that, you know, this is really great and, you know, let's work on it and all that. No, I call bullshit when I see bullshit, and that's bullshit. But there you go. Issue 59 coming soon. Take care.